Hi everyone, this is Vishen Lakiani with Finer Minds, and today we have a special guest on the line with us. His name is Steve Jones. Now let me give you a couple of things about Steve that really impressed me about this man. Number one, he is a member of the National Guild of Hypnotists. He's a member of the American Board of Hypnotherapy. He's a member of the American Alliance of Hypnotists. He's a member of the Board of Directors of the LA chapter of the American Lung Association. And most importantly, he's the director of the Steve G. Jones School of Clinical Hypnotherapy. In other words, this guy gets hypnotherapy. But Steve is also an amazing lecturer and author. His books currently, you'll find them at any borders anywhere around the country. He writes on a wide variety of subjects. He has an internet following because of the wild stunts he does live in front of camera on the street, where he's able to instantly put people in a state of hypnotism. And Steve also has a pilot coming out on the A&E channel. But one of the things Steve is most well known for is for his ability to astral project. And he's been practicing it since the 1980s. He has had many amazing adventures through astral projection, and he's been teaching astral projection. His clients include Hollywood celebrities, busy entrepreneurs and executives, people like you and me who are ready to master a higher level of spiritual transcendence and to learn astral projection for a lifetime of fun and adventure. So today on Steve's webinar, Steve is going to combine his expertise in both fields, hypnotherapy and astral projection, to formulate one of the most successful techniques ever designed to teach anyone to astral project. So if you'd like to have an adventure, if you'd like to have a profound spiritual experience, if you'd like to experience all the benefits of astral projection, something I've called the ultimate spiritual experience, then this is a presentation you want to be listening to. And what I'm going to do right now is welcome Steve on the line and give the floor to Steve. So Steve, you may begin.
Welcome and thank you for joining us on this webinar. I'm Steve G. Jones, clinical hypnotherapist, and I'd like to go back a little bit in time. When I was young, I had always known that the world was never as it seemed, and I'm sure you feel that same way too. I didn't believe that life was just simple and that what was in front of us was all that there was to be experienced, so I dove into books on hypnosis and mind power. When other children were out playing, I was studying, and by the time I was 15, I already had a working knowledge of the powers and applications of hypnosis. A couple years later, when I was 17 at military school, something extraordinary happened to me. I had always wanted to travel the world, to see the Taj Mahal, the pyramids of Egypt, the Eiffel Tower, but unfortunately I just didn't have the money or time. But I did find the next best thing. Using the power of my mind, I achieved a state of hypnosis that led me to astral project wherever I wanted to go. And time was not an issue, so I could be there instantly. Since then, I've spent the last 25 years refining and testing the techniques that I learned in military school, so now I can teach others how to astral project. As a practitioner of hypnosis, I know exactly what it takes to enter into a state of mind in which astral projection is not only possible, but immediate. And in addition to being a hypnotherapist, I'm also the author of 22 books on hypnotherapy, including the Amazon.com bestseller You Can Attract It, which I co-wrote with natural health expert Frank Mangano, and the director of the Steve G. Jones School of Clinical Hypnotherapy. I've spent years perfecting hypnosis and astral projection, and because of this, I have a proven track record for creating lasting positive change in people that is second to none. The techniques that I formulated in military school have been refined many times over, and are now synergistically combined with the expertise, knowledge, and wisdom that I've gained as the world's leading authority on hypnosis, so that I could create what's being called the most dynamic program on astral projection known to man. Now, I know what I'm going to share with you today may seem new for some of you. I understand that, and that's why I'm going to start explaining to you some definitions concerning astral projection. But before that, I want you to know that everything that I'm going to talk about here hasn't only been proven by today's research, but it's also something I can personally vouch for because I've tested and applied it over thousands of personal consultations in my own experience. So even if it sounds a little bit far out, trust me, I really want to help you with these new concepts. So here's a quick rundown of what I'm going to talk about in today's webinar. It's a 7-phase process, and each of the 7 phases has 4 to 5 further steps. So the 7 powerful steps of astral projection are, number 1, relax by practicing proper breathing. You have got to practice proper breathing if you want to set a firm foundation for astral projection. So I'm going to teach you how to breathe properly. Step number 2, cleanse yourself spiritually by using the body cylinder technique. The body cylinder technique is a powerful technique which allows you to cleanse yourself spiritually so that you are prepared to do the work. Step number 3, protect yourself by surrounding yourself with white light. If you go into the astral realms without surrounding yourself with white light, you are setting yourself up for some things that could go wrong. Surrounding yourself with white light protects you when you're astral traveling. Step number 4, prepare to raise your kundalini by clearing your chakras. Your chakras are energy centers in your body, and by clearing them, you clear the path to raising your kundalini. Kundalini is the energy that's going to power you in the astral world. Step number 5, energize your astral body by raising your kundalini. Now that you've prepared yourself with proper breathing, cleansing yourself spiritually, surrounding yourself with white light, clearing your chakras, you're ready to raise that powerful energy, the kundalini energy. Step number 6, prepare your mind for astral travel with self-hypnosis. As a hypnotherapist, I'm going to give you the edge on astral projection. I'm going to teach you how to put yourself into a hypnotic trance, which is going to give you the confidence and power you need to save yourself years of trying. You are going to instantly be able to know that you are able to astral project. Step number 7 is astral project. Get out of your body and start exploring the astral worlds. Now, there are a number of ways to astral project, and there are numerous principles to keep in mind when doing so. And there are also numerous rules to remember. But we're going to cover that in more detail later. Now, each of these steps are very important to follow. And I've found through my 25 years plus experience that most teachers don't teach this. They have incomplete programs. By giving you the ability to calm yourself, cleanse yourself, raise your energy, and put yourself into a trance, I've prepared the winning combination that's going to allow you to astral project easily. So, as you see, there's a lot of content to cover. And if you're just joining us, this is the Art of Astral Projection event. You are in the right place, so please write this down, www.theartofastralprojection.com/exclusive. I'll say that again, www.theartofastralprojection.com/exclusive. So let's begin. Before we go to step 1, let me explain a few key words we will be using during this webinar. First of all, let me define what astral projection is, or an out-of-body experience. That's the act of leaving your physical body. You see, you are a soul within a body. Think of yourself as a driver inside a car. And so leaving your astral body is a natural process. You do it every night when you sleep. I'm just going to teach you how to do it consciously and whenever you want to. But astral projection is nothing more than your soul leaving your body. Let me define the astral plane. The astral plane is that world in which your soul lives. It's at a higher vibratory rate. It's superimposed over this world, but most people don't see it because it's the spiritual world. That's the world your astral body lives in. So, let's define what the astral body is. Your astral body is that spiritual part of you. Remember, you are a driver inside a car. The car is your physical body. The driver is your astral body. Let's take a look now at the astral realm. The astral realm is the entire astral world. So, whereas our astral plane is what we will travel into initially when we astral project, the astral realm is the entire astral world. Think of it like a city versus a country. The astral plane is the city. The astral realm is the country. Silver cord. The silver cord is what connects your astral body, the umbilicus, the belly button area of your astral body, to your physical body. Just as when you were in your mother's body, you had an umbilicus that served to nourish you through the umbilical cord, you also have a spiritual umbilicus and a spiritual umbilical cord which connects you to your astral body. So it keeps your physical body and your astral body together. The silver cord ensures that no matter how far you travel in the astral world, you will always be able to return to your body. I'd like to now give you an explanation of the 7 steps with more detail. As you remember, the first powerful step of astral projection is relaxing by practicing proper breathing. Anytime that we do anything spiritually, we need to make sure that we are practicing proper breathing. Breathing is the essence of life. A proper airflow allows us to have energy, to have calmness, to be focused, to be centered. In the absence of proper breathing, we can have chaos. When people witness something that shakes them up, their breathing becomes rapid and uncontrolled. We're striving for the opposite of that in astral projection and anything that we do spiritually. So that's why I feel that it's the fundamental step, the most important step, the foundation step. If we want to practice proper astral projection, we must implement proper breathing. Take a look at your breathing now. When I say take a look, I mean notice your breathing. How is it? Is it shallow? Is it rapid? Is it erratic? How is your breathing? Perhaps it's pretty calm because you're listening to a hypnotherapist after all. So it should be fairly calm. However, I want you to think of a time now in your life when you had just gone through something that really shook you up. How is your breathing then? Sometimes people get so shaken up that they have difficulty talking properly because their breathing is so erratic. So you realize now that breathing is sort of like a lake, the lake of our mind. We want that lake to be as calm and placid and tranquil as possible. And we can easily do this by allowing our breathing to calm down. Step number 2 is cleanse yourself spiritually by using the body cylinder technique. I'm going to teach you how to imagine your body as a cylinder and to fill it up with a liquid. Now, this is in your mind, but it's also a spiritual exercise because as you imagine something, your subconscious mind makes it real for you. So by imagining your body as a cylinder, you can fill up that cylinder very slowly from the bottom to the top with a liquid that will absorb all of the negativity from you. Now, this happens in your mind and on a spiritual level, but it's an essential step toward astral projection. You want to go into the astral world in a purified state. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be 100% pure, but I'm saying that you're going to cleanse yourself to a level that allows you to attract positive energy to you. You ever woken up and you stub your toe on something and you just say, oh, it's going to be one of those days? Well, that sets up a negative cycle. What I want you to do is set up a positive cycle. Positive cycle begins with spiritual purification. And spiritual purification in my program begins with using the body cylinder technique so that when you venture into the astral world, you attract positive beings to you, positive energy, and your experience flows so much more smoothly. So after the cylinder is filled, you drain the cylinder and it takes out all of the negativity that you collected through the day because all of us will attract negative energy to us throughout the day. It's a natural part of life. We can be as pure as we want to be, but then we go out into the real world, as they say, and guess what? All kinds of people are around us with all kinds of energy. It's unavoidable picking up some of that. So the body cylinder technique clears that. Powerful step number 3 in astral projection is to protect yourself by surrounding yourself with white light. White light is a subconscious symbol to your mind that the light that you are surrounding yourself is pure. Think of it like this. You've cleansed yourself. Now you're going to put on clothing that's going to seal in that cleanliness. It's going to protect you from pollutants in the air, if you will. The astral world is full of potential negativity. You need to be guarded against that. After you've cleansed yourself, the white light is going to act as sort of clothing around you. It's going to seal in that purity. It's also going to act as a warning to negative beings that you are protected, that you are surrounded with a light that wards off all negativity and allows you to travel in the astral world unaffected by any negative influences. If this is making a lot of sense to you, like it's the missing piece that's helping everything click into place, then don't forget to check www.theartofastralprojection.com/exclusive for more information. You'll find there all the details about the techniques that you should use to astral travel and how we can work together to help you master the art of astral projection. So if you feel like getting a bit more information to supplement your understanding as I move on to the 4th step, then go ahead and check out www.theartofastralprojection.com/exclusive. Let's move on now to step number 4. Powerful step number 4 is to prepare to raise your kundalini by clearing your chakras. As I mentioned before, your chakras are energy centers in your body. There are 7 major chakras. There's one at the base of your spine. There's one a little bit up from that. There's another one in your spleen area. That's 3. There's one in your solar plexus area. There's one in your heart area. There's one in your throat. There's one between your eyebrows, the third eye chakra. That's number 6. And then there's the crown chakra at the top of your head. All of these chakras must be cleared in order for you to raise your kundalini because your kundalini starts at the base of your spine and travels upward. So powerful step number 4 is to prepare the pathway so that that energy, which is going to power your astral projection experience, can flow smoothly and quickly and easily through the chakras. Now, interestingly enough, each of the chakras correspond to different parts of you. For example, your heart chakra corresponds to, among other things, your love life. Your throat chakra corresponds to your ability to express yourself. Your lower chakras correspond to your more basic needs. So if you have any area of your life that's out of balance or that's being overemphasized, it's quite possible that you have a blockage in the corresponding chakra. So we need to clear that blockage out. And by the way, the word is pronounced chakra or chakra. It's spelled C-H-A-K-R-A, pronounced with an S sound or a C sound. Either is appropriate. But by clearing your chakras, you are also clearing a lot of the things that are going on in your life. So, one of the numerous added advantages of this astral projection program is that you get to clear up other areas of your life which you probably should have cleared up a long time ago. But now you're going to have to because your chakras depend on it. Don't worry, it's a very easy process. I take you step by step through clearing this up. You're going to find that avenues in your life open up after clearing your chakras. A lot of things that have been stagnant for a long time suddenly become easy for you. So once you've cleared your chakras, you're ready to raise your kundalini. Step number 5, energize your astral body by raising your kundalini. Many people attempt to astral project without doing any of these steps, and they have a very difficult time doing it. You are going to be very streamlined in your approach because you've got the blueprint. You've got my 25 years plus experience teaching you in just one program how to do this. So I've made it all very straightforward for you. But one of the main mistakes I see is people not raising their kundalini or trying to raise it without clearing their chakras. You've already cleared your chakras by the time you get to step 5. Now you're ready to raise your kundalini, and the kundalini is the spiritual energy that's going to power your astral body. It's called the serpent force, and it normally resides in a dormant state at the base of your spine. We all have kundalini, but not everyone knows how to use it, and many people who know how to use it don't know how to use it properly. Not only will you learn how to use it, but you're going to learn how to use it properly. You're going to learn how to raise this powerful force and control it. This powerful serpent force rising up through your body, energizing you with energy that you've probably never even imagined, allowing you to power your astral body into the astral world. Sort of like showing up to a party as the best dressed person, if you want to look at it that way. Not only are you showing up, but you're showing up with everything you need to make it a wonderful experience. So, having raised the kundalini, you surround yourself with it. It flows out from the top of your head, from your crown chakra, goes back down to your root chakra at the base of your spine, is reabsorbed, and continues flowing through your body. Now, of course, this is a spiritual concept, so it's flowing through your spiritual body, energizing that body, energizing your astral body or spiritual body, allowing you to astral project with full power. This previously only happened for me randomly. I previously didn't know how to control it when I was a kid learning how to astral project, but now, 25 plus years later, not only do I know how to control it and control it well, but I know how to teach you how to control it easily, almost effortlessly. Step number 6 is prepare your mind for astral travel with self-hypnosis. Do you want to know why a lot of people fail in astral projection? It's because they don't believe they can do it. That's the only thing that separates someone from being able to astral project from someone not being able to astral project. If you believe you can do something, you can do it. If you believe you can become a doctor or lawyer, you can do it. If you believe you can become an astronaut, you can do it. If you disbelieve, if you doubt yourself, then guess what? You set yourself up for failure every time. Self-hypnosis cuts right through all of your doubt, reprograms your subconscious mind on a very deep level, telling you that you can do this, giving you the confidence and the motivation and the courage that you need to make this happen, saving you years of practice. So I'm going to teach you how to hypnotize yourself. I'm going to take you step by step through that process. I'm going to lead you through the complexity of self-hypnosis so that you understand it thoroughly and so that you are able to put yourself into a hypnotic state and astral project. Now, you're probably saying to yourself at about this time, there are a lot of complex steps toward astral projection, and you're correct. but I'm going to spell it out for you step by step. I'm going to take this extremely complex body of knowledge with very detailed steps, and I'm going to spell it out for you step by step to give you what I consider to be the most powerful blueprint in the world. You know, it's interesting, over the 25-plus years that I've been learning astral projection and refining my techniques and teaching my techniques, I've seen a lot of programs that are designed supposedly to help people astral project but really don't lead to much of anything. And the ones that do work seem to be missing quite a few components. I feel that what makes my program stand out head and shoulders above any other program is the completeness and the complexity that I present in a very easily understood way. So I'm taking a subject with many complex parts, and I'm giving you that information in a very straightforward way so that you can use it, so that you can get up and running right away. As if the complexity of the program wasn't good enough, I've got world-class sound engineers in a state-of-the-art recording studio who've put together titanium technology. Now, you may be unfamiliar with titanium technology. Let me explain to you what it is. My sound engineers and I spent years developing this technology. I have a hand-picked team of professional sound engineers. So, whereas many programs are recorded sometimes at home on home recording equipment, we're talking about a state-of-the-art recording facility with college graduate sound engineers hand-picked from thousands of applicants. We also use state-of-the-art equipment, and my sound engineers use special techniques to enhance the vocal smoothness and clarity of all of my recordings. As part of the programming portion of this course, you're going to experience the hypnosis session that's going to give you the edge on everyone else. And it's going to consist of some neurolinguistic programming in the form of future pacing, where I have you look at the future and see yourself already able to astral project. So your subconscious mind creates a link between wherever your skill is now and that powerful future in which you're able to astral project, and it makes it real for you. It moves you into that as quickly as possible so that you are able to astral project, going from novice to expert in the shortest possible time. I also use binaural tones on my recordings. These are also called binaural beats. Binaural tones or beats are relaxing sounds mixed into my titanium recordings, allowing deeper relaxation. So I use a licensed music track that only I have the rights to, and it contains binaural tones, and this is what's used on my recordings. In fact, my sound engineers worked with a doctor to create the best possible binaural sound experience. My hypnotherapy recordings use the same binaural technology used by the Monroe Institute and other research organizations. My titanium hypnosis recordings are also more powerful because they are longer. The center part of my titanium recordings is a full 30 minutes of script, preceded by a very deep relaxation. So I take you along a relaxing journey to relax your conscious mind so that I can talk directly to your subconscious mind and program it. So whereas the full recording is over an hour, I've got a half hour in there dedicated to just programming you, pure programming. I also use analog marking. Analog marking is a technique which allows me to embed positive change on the recording. Again, saving you a lot of time and programming your mind for successful astral projection sooner. My sound engineers use stereo imaging. This allows for a more encompassing and realistic experience if you choose to use headphones. You don't have to use headphones when listening to my recordings, but you can. Stereo imaging is the audio term used for the aspect of sound recording and reproduction concerning spatial locations of the people delivering the audio. In this case, me, because I'm delivering the audio. So since we have well-made recordings with properly produced stereo imaging, this enhances the experience. Not only are you listening to a recording, but you're listening to a recording that seems to surround you. You'll see what I mean when you listen. Some of the other techniques that my sound engineers put in would be a 2 decibel pulse every 2 minutes in the volume of the musical track to accompany the flowing relaxation of the binaural tones. This one powerful technique allows the music to synchronize with the accompanying binaural tones, making the session more powerful. They've also added more dynamic stereo panning, which allows for deeper concentration. They've added advanced delay to certain areas of the recordings to reiterate certain important parts of the script. So in other words, if I'm telling you something about astral projection in the hypnosis recording, and it's a very important point, the advanced delay kicks in to reiterate that point, to make it even more powerful in your subconscious mind. Additionally, they've created 2 distinct spaces through added reverberation to induce a feeling of traveling deeper into your subconscious mind. Again, you're going to have to experience it to really know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like I'm describing a trip on a rocket ship, but until you board that rocket ship, it's all going to sound like words to you. You must experience this to see what I mean. A wonderful, fascinating, and most importantly, powerful experience. Given the limited time we have, I'm not going to go through step 7 because there are some other exciting things that I want to share with you still. But I do have it explained on my website in detail so you can check it out. Just go to www.theartofastralprojection.com/exclusive. As you probably know, it's very important that this works for you in a balanced way. That's why I provide you with astral projection techniques that can be applied all the time. Are you looking at www.theartofastralprojection.com/exclusive right now? If you're not, go there now and you'll see all the astral projection techniques that have been handpicked by me as the best of the best and that I've used over my 25 plus years practice to help people astral project. And I'm certain that this can help you too. If you're not satisfied with the results, it's completely guaranteed because I don't feel it's fair at all for me to keep the money if you're not satisfied. So you've got nothing to worry about. If you participate in the program and you're not happy with the results, just send an email to me or a Visions team and we will gladly give all of your money back. So let me answer a few questions. Why astral project? Well, astral projection is the most wonderful, fascinating experience that anyone can have. Once you master astral projection, you have true freedom. Why is this so powerful? Because it gives you unlimited access to almost anywhere at any time. Can you imagine having that access? Can you imagine being able to travel anywhere at any time in an instant? That's powerful. How is this different from any forms of spiritual growth? Well, in many ways it's similar because many of the steps you have to go through in the preliminary phases are going to aid you in any spiritual endeavors that you take on any time in your life. The difference, however, is the ability to travel, the ability to gain knowledge, the ability to see, the ability to experience. Not all forms of spiritual growth give you this. Why is this the ultimate consciousness experience? Because no other experience gives you what astral projection gives you. Astral projection gives you the ability to travel through walls, to travel any distance in an instant, gives you the ability to go anywhere, anytime. You see, the physical world we perceive with our eyes is real to us, but it's just one version of reality. The ancient Indians called this illusion Maya. Man believes that his life as an individual has only to do with the flesh body of himself and concludes that the physical world is solid and real because his senses tell him it feels solid and feels real. The mind has abilities that go beyond the 5 senses of the physical world. Go beyond the Maya, and you see that there is a broader universe that we can perceive with our spiritual eyes. Simultaneously overlapping our universe are multiple other realities. These other realities exist at different planes of existence or vibratory rates. These universal vibrations comprise the different levels of existence. The earth plane we live on is only one of many dimensions. There are other spheres that we describe as being above or below us. Actually, they are not really above or below us at all, but rather at all times around us, permeating all things. We visit these external dimensions when we sleep, but outside of astral projection, they are closed to the 5 senses. Yet, understand that right now, and at every instant, you are coexisting with people and objects and entities from other dimensions. We all possess an astral body. This astral body ties us to universal intelligence and our Creator. The astral body has some amazing properties. Unlike the physical body, which is held down by gravity, the astral body can overcome its limitations by the effort of thought alone. In fact, the astral body is also immune to things that can harm the physical body. Everything that is on this earth right now comes from the astral plane. Many people get this backwards. They think the astral dimension was modeled from the earth. The truth is, the earth was fashioned from the ideas and discoveries which originated in the astral world. The astral plane is the plane of thought. All human thought creates constructs in the astral plane. So these thoughts are real at that level. When we are out of our body, communication is accomplished by thought. Another word for this is telepathy. In other words, it is not necessary to move our lips in order to be heard, although we can do this if we wish. Sometimes when we hear what we think is just a thought, this could actually be someone communicating to us from the astral world. This next plane of existence has been sought after, researched, and argued about by philosophers and religious people from time immemorial. And until now, it has remained elusive and has evaded discovery by all but the most diligent. Astral projection gives us that ability. When we begin to explore this, we must first overcome the obstacle of fear, which will present itself in many forms. The fear of death, pain, injury, the unknown, evil, devils, hell, and Satan. Those fears may come up before us. We must conquer our own fears head on, and they will rapidly disappear. Much of this fear is based on cultural beliefs that are ingrained in us, but these are false fears. The truth is that nothing can harm us at the astral level. And by the way, in the astral plane, we can also visit our loved ones who have passed on before us. We can then ask them face to face how they like their new surroundings. We can see schools and universities. We may even find ourselves in a classroom listening to a lecture. We can meet our guardian angels, spiritual advisors, and those wiser souls we label as angels. We can even engage in encounters with other astral travelers. We can have conversations, shared journeys, even the beautiful experience of astral sex. The astral plane is a vast dimension of existence, and it contains life in abundance. It doesn't operate by the very same laws of the earth plane, so many things that are quite impossible on earth are quite commonplace in the astral world. Mind over matter is common. Colors are more beautiful, and we may experience endless fascination with new and exciting things that are there for us to see and discover. Astral travelers have even reported seeing astral animals existing simultaneously with real-life animals during their journeys. One explorer described to me the experience of astral fish as he explored the depths of the ocean. Astral projection enables us to use the part of our mind that has been dormant or sleeping. We can wake up this part and put it to work. It's called the subconscious mind, and I've spent the last 25 plus years experiencing and researching the subconscious mind with all its beauty and power. It can be used to give us the knowledge we need to find out more about ourselves and our purpose on earth and our relationship with God. Most people think of their mind as only that portion that they recognize as their conscious mind or waking mind. It's been said that the mind is 10% conscious and 90% subconscious. I believe this. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I want to tell you that we can learn to expand this 10%. For this and other reasons, astral projection is the ultimate experience of human consciousness. Your self-image, life, and perception of reality changes forever. Just like people who have near-death experiences and they find themselves permanently changed for the better, astral projection produces the same results. When we take the first step of allowing for the possibility of multiple dimensions of astral projection as realities, we can then focus on ways to understand, explore, and actually experience these things. In doing so, we can open the door to an amazing and expansive existence that was heretofore beyond our wildest imagination. So, by now you should know the most important steps you must take before astral travel. But I suppose you're wondering, what are the benefits of astral projection? Well, the first benefit is a life of adventure. Imagine being able to travel anywhere, anytime, and sense everything. Like Tomb Raider or Indiana Jones, you will be able to explore ancient worlds, astral planes, and even the distant future. You'll be able to defy the laws of time as you travel to any point in the past or future. So you can see the pyramids of Giza being built or discover new technologies that exist in the year 3000. You'll be able to defy the laws of gravity. You can experience free falling, zipping straight up Mount Everest, swimming through space, or anything else you desire. You'll be able to fly through the air faster and higher than Superman himself. You'll be able to instantly appear anywhere your heart desires, making travel the easiest and most enjoyable experience. No more long lines at the airport and saving up for vacations. You'll be able to walk through walls, explore ancient buildings, and go against the laws of physics. You'll be able to visit the astral planes and experience whole new worlds with exquisite animals, magnificent natural structures, and bizarre plants and flowers. You'll be able to have astral sex and discover new and intense pleasures few in this world will ever experience. So as if a life of adventure isn't enough, you'll also be able to affect your current waking reality in order to live the life you want in the three-dimensional world. And as part of this second benefit, you'll be able to create a higher level of awareness so that you may come closer to your life purpose and your true being. You'll be able to visit friends and family that have passed on and enjoy your time with them, again knowing that they're well and happy. You'll be able to overcome fears of death, fears of flying, and any other phobias that you may have. you will be able to use the powers of creative visualization that I'm going to teach you in the Astral Projection program to make achieving your goals easier and faster. You'll be able to evolve your natural skills of ESP to protect yourself and your loved ones. You'll be able to consult the Akashic records in the astral planes to predict the future in the third dimension, in this reality. The third benefit is spiritual enlightenment and transcendence. And as part of being an astral traveler, you will have seen, felt, and experienced things most other humans will never get to, and in doing so, your consciousness will be raised, and your negative energy will be at a minimum, and you will become aware of something greater than yourself. Now, normally, most people will turn around to me at this point and say, well, I like what you say, but what are the next steps? How can I go deeper and experience astral projection? As you probably already know, the astral projection program I've created is called Steve G. Jones's Explorations Beyond the Body, powered by Hypnotranquility and Titanium Audio. And before I go on and explain to you some of the most powerful astral projection techniques, you can learn more about the program at www.theartofastralprojection.com/exclusive. First, let me explain what Hypnotranquility and Titanium Audio mean and why this is so important for you and for your astral projection experience. Well, I've already told you about the titanium audio, and that produces an effect that I like to call hypnotranquility. By using the advanced engineering in my titanium recordings, you are able to achieve hypnotranquility. You already know that my titanium audio recordings are the best in the world, created by hand-picked sound engineers using state-of-the-art equipment. We use the same equipment that's used in feature film production, and we care about the recordings right down to the most minute detail. I have a handmade microphone from Australia just for this project in order to bring you the clearest, most powerful recordings possible. Now, I want to be clear about how hypnotherapy helps with your astral projection experience. As I've said, so many people fall short of having an astral projection experience because they block themselves. They don't believe they can do it. Hypnotherapy allows you to bridge that gap, but the delivery system of the hypnotherapy technology is vitally important. In other words, you wouldn't want to just listen to any recordings made by anyone to get the power of hypnotherapy. You want to listen to the best recordings in the world. That's why Hypnotranquility and Titanium Audio are part of this program to bring your subconscious mind the programming it needs in the most efficient manner. Think of it like this. If you're going to travel somewhere and you want to get there in the most efficient manner, and you have three choices: a skateboard, a bicycle, and a brand new custom-made Mercedes-Benz, which one are you going to choose? Think of Hypnotranquility and Titanium Audio as the brand new custom-made Mercedes-Benz. It's going to get you there as quickly as possible, and you're going to enjoy the journey. Hypnotherapy is very powerful, and the delivery system is very important. How it gets in your subconscious mind is just as important as what gets in your subconscious mind. I've taken my 25-plus years experience and combined it with state-of-the-art technology, the best technology in the world, to make sure that you have the advantage over everyone else trying every other program. In addition to that, you're going to learn the ideal astral setting. You're going to learn how to create special space for practicing astral projection so that the process is always streamlined perfectly. You're going to learn Astral Preparation Sequence 1, how to prepare for astral projection by attaining a deeper level of consciousness. You're going to learn Astral Projection Sequence 2. In this, you're going to discover the secret to the most important part of the process, which is dissociating the connection between the mind and body, between the mind and body in the third dimension while remaining connected in the fourth dimension. You're going to learn my clearing chakras technique. And in this, you're going to learn the truth about your chakras and how energizing and clearing them can change your life. You're going to learn exactly how critical the chakras are to astral projection. You're going to learn the relationship between the chakras and the body. Learn why achieving astral projection is almost impossible without the alignment of the chakras. You're going to learn about chakras and emotions. Now, through the power of chakra alignment, you will no longer lose control over your emotions. And this ability will further enhance your mental awareness for easier astral projection. You're going to learn about chakras and mental health. Discover the impact of the chakras on your mind and all that your mind controls, and why, if this step is missed, your journey will never begin. Learn about chakra meditation mastery. Here I will disclose 6 powerful techniques that will enable you to master chakra meditation, which is essential to aligning the chakras for an out-of-body experience. You're going to learn about raising your kundalini. In that, you'll learn about the power of the kundalini. Here, you'll gain a clear understanding of how to use this newfound source of power. You're going to learn the purpose of kundalini. Here, you'll understand why this power is needed to achieve the ultimate stimulation of the astral body. You're going to learn about Kundalini Activation Technique 1. Here, you'll achieve the state of the out-of-body experience while tapping into the infinite energy source. You're going to learn Kundalini Activation Technique 2. Here you'll release the Kundalini within and achieve the state of pure bliss. You're going to learn Kundalini Activation Technique 3. While in the alpha state, you can use this technique to flood your body with pure energy, allowing yourself to rejuvenate and refresh. You're going to learn Kundalini Activation Technique number 4. Here you'll experience the Kundalini as you activate the 7 energy centers along the spine, the chakras I spoke of earlier. You're going to learn astral projection trance work techniques. As part of this, you'll learn about the state of trance. A trance state is an altered state of consciousness where the brain activity reduces and you will gain crystal clear focus. Learn how to achieve a light trance state in alpha, a full trance state in theta, and a deep trance state in delta. You'll learn about the dynamic dormant consciousness. Here you'll learn to achieve the physical state of sleep while remaining consciously awake. Your mind will be quiet and your body will be deeply relaxed. You're going to learn about complete mental clarity. An essential part of astral projection, mental clarity provides the platform for the experience to take shape. You're going to learn techniques that help you believe in yourself and confront fears. As part of this, you'll learn the mastery of thought erasing. Learn how to clear your mind so that you stay relaxed throughout an out-of-body experience. You're going to learn about barrier shattering. Here you'll learn how to recognize negative subconscious thoughts and rid yourself of barriers that could prevent you from projecting. You're going to learn complete astral confidence. Learn to exude confidence in yourself and your ability to achieve astral projection. You're going to learn about overcoming fear. In this lesson, you will learn to confront fears so that you can confidently move forward in experiencing astral projection and welcome the unknown as opposed to fearing it. You're going to learn how to prepare for astral projection. As part of this, you'll learn about the astral pre-phase. You will now learn how to induce astral projection and prepare for the unknown. You learn about the astral experience. Here you'll gain a clear understanding of what astral projection will look like and what it will feel like and what you will hear as your astral body exits your physical body. You'll learn about astral timing. Learn all about reality fluctuations and the real-time zone. You will learn about the physical return journey. Here you will learn how to return to your physical body in a safe manner. As part of this, you'll learn Astral Sex 101. Here I'll cover the basic principles involved in sexual activity in the astral planes. You'll learn about astral morals. Learn the moral limits while discovering the endless possibilities of astral sex. You'll learn about lucid dreaming, regular dreaming, and astral projection. Discover the difference between lucid dreams and astral projection and why you should never mistake one for the other. There are still more than 10 astral projection techniques I teach in my program and that you can benefit from. And I'm sorry, but again, we just don't have enough time to explain everything in detail. So I would recommend you check out all the information quickly on my website, www.theartofastralprojection.com/exclusive. Before I finish, let me ask you a question. How much do you think this is worth for you? I promise the only reason why all the other astral projection books and programs are not working for you is most likely that you're not following those 7 steps and the right astral projection techniques. After consultations with thousands of patients, I'm quite confident to say this. I don't want you to spend more money on other things before first learning how to prepare yourself for those 7 steps. Once you learn how to do that, everything will work. It's like opening doors to a place where real freedom is. The space where all knowledge, the know-how, the happiness, the joy, and the bliss exist. A new way of living that you can never go back from. A total empowerment for you and the people you love. So let me tell you first, what's the investment for this program? We're offering the digital access to all 24 recordings for only $149. After the 24-hour mark, the price will go up to $199. We're starting the program at this price because you've participated in the Art of Astral Projection event. And because you've just participated with hundreds, maybe thousands of others, I want to get as much feedback as possible to reach more people. So I really want to make it easier for you to try this and let me know what you think. I want this to really kickstart. So that's why we're starting at $199. And also because I want to reward people like you who know that the space to change their lives is from the energetic side. Also, this offer is available to the first 350 people. I want to connect with all of you. And going beyond that number, it's just too much work and time on my side. But I really wanted to thank you, Envision, for being here. And that's why I'm putting together such a special deal for you. Again, let me remind you that this is completely guaranteed. My greatest desire is for you to turn on your spiritual gifts, to be fully you, to make your inner light brighter, to make your life filled to the brim with love, abundance, joy, pleasure, and fun. So I want to make you feel safe to try this yourself. And that's why I give my guarantee that if this doesn't help you, I don't want your money. It's energetically wrong for me to keep your money if the tools I've given you don't help. So just give it a try. There is no risk. Again, here's the special link, www.theartofastralprojection.com/exclusive. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Steve. That was some really, really, really interesting information you shared with us. The 7 points, brilliantly laid out. Thank you so much for that. Now, for those of you listening, if you'd like to really get into the field of astral projection and take this to the next level, you can read about Steve's new product that's coming out. It's called Explorations. Steve has been teaching astral projection for many, many, many years. However, this is his latest product, and it's been put together in conjunction with my team here at Mind Valley, and we think it's just something that is really, really, really powerful. So, Steve, before, as people are checking out that website, what I want to do right now is maybe go through some of the most common questions people have about astral projection. So here's some of the questions that we got. Now, the first one is an obvious question. It's not real. Astral projection is not real. You're simply having a vivid dream.
That's very interesting, Vishen. You know, I've been hearing that objection ever since I was a teenager. But once you've been trained and can see it for yourself, you can really see the astral world, then you realize it's real. I suggest having a friend write something on a piece of paper that they can put in their house. Just have them write anything they want and have them put it in their bedroom. Then what I'd like you to do, just to prove this to yourself, anyone who's listening, just to prove this to yourself, I want you to astral project, go to their house, see what it says, and tell them the next day. That, more than anything else, is going to prove it to you. You can't do that with just dreaming.
Very, very, very true. That's what I've experienced myself when I've attempted this. Now, the second question is, it goes against the teachings of my religion.
Very poignant objection, and I've heard that many times, especially considering the fact that I was a preacher from 1990 to 1995. I was a preacher for the Church of Christ. Now, that's not the Mormon Church of Christ, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, nor is that the Crossroads Church of Christ, but it's one of the autonomous churches of Christ in the United States, and we had autonomy in the sense that we didn't have to answer to any central body. However, we had very strict religious rules, if you will, that came from the Bible. And one of the things that I ran up against all the time was people saying this, that religion goes against this. And I hear that from other religions too. Religion goes against this and so forth. Well, I want to tell you that if you go through the Bible or any other holy writing of the world, the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita, any holy writing of the world, what you're going to find is that every major religion in this world has in its holy writings excerpts that you could take out which are about astral projection. When you read about flying in one's dreams or flying in one's sleep and going to other places and so forth, realize that in many cases you're reading about astral projection. So what I say to anyone who has a religious objection to astral projection is just read your own holy writings of your own religion and see for yourself.
Awesome, Steve. Now, the other question is, how easy is this really to learn? It seems like a really advanced skill.
Very good point. However, this is something you do normally anyway. This is something that your body does normally as maintenance. When you go to sleep at night, your astral body comes out of your physical body and actually explores the astral realms. The only thing that I'm offering is the conscious control over it. So it's a process that's happening anyway. Think of it like exercise. Your spirit is taking a walk at night. It's going for a walk. It's getting some exercise. But I am inviting you to take direct control of this and to remember it.
Very true. I mean, really, what you're really doing is you're teaching us how to tap into something that we do anyway at a certain level of mind every single night. Another question is, some people here have asked, I've really been into astral projection. I've read a ton of books on the topic, loads of books by Robert Monroe and other pioneers in the field, and I've tried it, but it's not really worked for me. So why would this be different?
I understand that many people have tried astral projection and many people have fallen short of their goal of having a conscious out-of-body experience and being able to do that at any time. I understand that. I've heard that over and over. That's why, after 20-plus years of teaching astral projection, I decided to put together the most powerful program in the world on astral projection. You've got to believe me on this one. Any objection that you have to astral projection or any barrier that you have, that your spirit has to consciously allowing you to astral project is addressed in this most comprehensive program. I've got everything covered from A to Z. So whether you're having very few challenges astral projecting consciously, or if you're a person who is starting from scratch and doesn't know anything about astral projection, or if you're somewhere in the middle, you've tried and it hasn't worked out, I've got you covered with this program. I've got the most comprehensive program in the world. So whatever your obstacle is, realize that I've heard it before. I've taken it into consideration. I know that stumbling block, whatever it is you're facing, and it is addressed in this program.
That's very true. And you just answered the next question, which was something along the lines of, this program is too long. Is there anything quicker? Now, the next one is, I'm a little skeptical of hypnosis, or so this guy asked. I'm a little skeptical of the use of hypnosis to put me in an astral projection state of mind.
Let's take a look at hypnosis now. Hypnosis is something that you also go into and out of every day. Just like you astral project every night when you go to sleep, you go in and out of hypnosis every day. Do you realize that when you're driving a car, you can go into hypnosis? You can go into an alpha state. Your brain drops down to around 600 cycles per minute. Normally, in beta, full awakening consciousness, your brain's cycling about 800 cycles per minute. But when you go into hypnosis, an alpha state, you drop down to 600 cycles per minute. Now, interestingly enough, you can do that while you're fully awake, or at least you think you are. You're really not, but you feel you are. Because when you're driving a car, if you've ever driven somewhere, you don't remember getting there, think about that as you, as the listener, tunes into what I'm saying now. Think about a time maybe when you drove a car and you don't remember getting there. I'm not talking about a time when you were drunk or anything like that. I'm talking about just driving somewhere completely sober and not remembering the trip. And people say, how could that happen? I know I just drove here, but I have no recollection of it. That's because your brain slipped down into alpha. It's a normal happening. It's a normal occurrence. Your brain will slip down into alpha every day, all throughout the day. If you go to work and you get bored, your brain will slip down to alpha. You'll be technically in hypnosis. When you shower, your brain can slip down into alpha. Technically, you're in hypnosis. So all throughout the day, you go between alpha and beta, being in hypnosis and being actually fully alert. And you really, unless you're hooked up to some sort of monitoring system, you really would have a challenge detecting which is which. But you are going in and out of hypnosis every day. The only difference is between that occurrence, that natural occurrence of you going in and out of hypnosis, and what I'm creating for you in these recordings, there are two differences. Number one, I'm causing you to do it by the words I'm using. So I'm causing you to go there right then and there as you're listening to the recording. Number two, I'm putting positive thoughts in your mind while you're there. So while you're in hypnosis, I'm going to program you with positive information. Other than that, it's just as if you would experience it in a normal, everyday setting.
Awesome. And that's one thing I really like about how you teach, because you're really bringing in additional technology such as titanium audio and your hypnosis methods to really help people get to the state. In other words, it's not just a lecture series on audio. And one of the things I know you guys did was you looked at all the other astral projection courses out there, and you really said, what will it take to create the course that would not just be the best information, the best training, but at the best value? And that leads us to this question. Someone asked, it's too expensive. And if it's okay with you, maybe I can help address that. Well, I'd say too expensive compared to what? Because if you think about seminars or programs that teach you astral projection, I've attended some of these seminars. The pricing is anywhere from $800 to $2,000. And here what we have is a situation where you can, for $149, you can really download all the titanium audio, all the lecture tracks, and it's a huge amount of training. You can download it onto your iPod or your laptop, and you can go through this training from the comfort of your home. And it's really, really, really good training. I haven't gone through the entire thing yet, Steve, but I've gone through enough where I can vouch for this. So I'd say $149 is actually a really, really, really comparatively low price if you compare it to lots of other programs out there. Steve, is there anything you would want to add to this?
So for just $149, you have full digital access to a much, much larger world. You can download all the titanium audios and tracks onto your iPod and enjoy them in the comfort of your own home. And it's a great reference when you need help or if you have questions you need answered in the future. For those of you who prefer something more tangible and physical, well, you can also get the physical product for $199. Astral projection is a natural part of what we as humans do. This is your access, your opportunity, your key to a much larger world.
So, Steve, let's go on to the next question. And the next question is, there's no guarantee that this will actually work.
Well, when you think about it, there's no guarantee that anything in life will work. That being said, I want to assure you that financially you're covered. If you return the product within 90 days, you get a full refund. So I'm taking all of the risk here. But more than that, I want you to believe in it and believe in yourself. Beyond financial concerns, you're already astral projecting. It's a guarantee that it's going to work. I'm inviting you to do something with control that you've been doing already.
Okay. And another question, Steve, is I'm scared to have a negative experience.
Well, from time to time, when we embark on something new, we've all experienced negative things, but I'm helping you to minimize or even eliminate that possibility. Because in my training course, I teach you how to surround yourself with white light. I help you focus on light and power and love and friendships that will help you repel negative entities. If these entities somehow were to get near you, you're protected by your white light. It's like a shield or an armor that's going to protect you from anything.
Yeah, that's true. I've never heard of anyone who's had an astral experience and has come back in any way harmed or had anything bad happen to them. As soon as they realize that they're totally in control of their experience, they're able to overcome it. Okay, so the next question is, I want personal support or help from the teacher.
Well, in life, you're not guaranteed to have 24/7 access to an instructor, not even if you attend a seminar. But you don't need to worry about any of that. I teach you how to tap into your higher self, tapping into things where you can download knowledge. You can download the Akashic Records. Think of what you're going to tap into with the Akashic Records, for example, as the ultimate internet access. You can go on the internet and look up pretty much anything you want. With the Akashic Records, you can look up the past, the present, the future. You can actually download to your soul and to your mind information that you want. So talk about having access to help and access to power. You've got it. I'm going to train you how to do that. So if you think Google has a lot of information, wait till you see the Akashic Records. So you may find something that you're not sure about or that you have a question about, and this program will answer your question. So I also want you to look at this program as an encyclopedia, sort of like a set of encyclopedias. Sometimes they just sit on the shelf and they're ready as a reference. Sometimes you're using them a lot. You're going to have access just through the audio portion, not even talking about the Akashic Records, which are going to provide basically limitless access, but the audio portion of this program is going to provide you an extensive library, an encyclopedic library of information that you can use at any time. So you can pick up the recording on astral projection, pick up the recording on ESP or Akashic Records or whatever you want to focus on that day, and just listen to that if you want to. So your questions, in one way or another, are going to be powerfully answered.
That's a very, very, very cool answer, Steve. That never occurred to me. Yes, you're right, because you can actually literally pull a lot of the answers that you need, literally out of thin air. So very, very, very true. Now the final question we have, Steve, is and here we have two types of questions that really like sort of counter each other. Some people have asked, this program seems way too detailed, and others have asked, this program seems way too generic.
Well, let me tackle the generic portion first because this resonates with me the least. This is the most comprehensive program on the planet. Just look at the website and you're going to see all this information. It's anything but generic. It's very detailed. Now, if you find it too detailed, well, as I've said, I don't know you personally, so I've created a program that's going to cover everything. I wanted to make sure that everything was in there. So you don't have to use it all if you don't want to, but it's there for you if you need it. So if you ever need a little more information, it's in the program. You will never, in this program, be lacking.
Steve, thanks. That were all the questions we have. We have several more, but I think we can end it over there. Those were some of the most commonly asked questions. So let's go on and do this. So those of you who are still thinking about it, those of you who have purchased it, you might want to stay on the line just for 5 more minutes. What Steve is going to do is just welcome on board all the new students, all the new people who have signed up for the program and will be going through this course. Steve, what would be your what message would you have for all the people who have just signed up?
I want to welcome you, and I want to, most importantly, welcome you to a much larger world. This is more than just a welcome, just me getting to know you and me getting to answer your questions and so forth. This is me welcoming you into something that's bigger than you, bigger than me, bigger than the planet you've been living on. It's bigger than anything you've imagined in the past. I'm welcoming you to full access to the astral realms. I'm welcoming you to a world that is much larger than the world you've been living in. I'm welcoming you to ultimate freedom, to being able to go anywhere you want in the entire universe at any time. So welcome, my friend. Welcome to a much more fascinating and fun-filled life. What happens now is that you're going to get an email with access to the membership site, and when you go there, you're going to find the surprise bonus I've prepared for you. I know you're going to enjoy it. It's going to help you master your astral projection skills. So enjoy it, and if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email at support@theartofastralprojection.com. I want to thank you for listening, and Vishen, thank you for having me here and letting me share with this community my astral projection experiences and techniques. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate everything you do and appreciate all the time you've given us. And those of you who invested in Steve's program, congratulations. Thank you. I think you guys are going to be in for an amazing ride. I'm really looking forward to getting started and having my third astral projection experience. My first two were accidental, and I'm really looking forward to like being able to do this anytime I want. So Steve, thank you. Thanks for everything, and that's all, folks. Hope you enjoyed the conversation we had with Steve.